Yes, welcome back to VA Creative and part 20 of the Morgan three-wheeler build, and on this episode we focus on glazing. Yes, welcome back to the Dean Den for another episode spannering on the Morgan three-wheeler. Now, as she nears completion, my focus is on a varied number of smaller jobs that need completing before we can put it on the road. And one such job is fitting the windscreen. Yes, the only glazing on this beast is the windscreen, which is in two halves, beautifully mounted in chromium plated channel. I'm going to be fitting new rubber grommets and basically new fixings to make this beautiful car just glint in the sunshine. So without further ado, let's move over to the Morgan and I'll show you what's involved. Isn't she looking good? Ho ho ho, exhaust's on, mudguards on. Now for the windscreen. Now the windscreen itself is less of a windscreen, to be honest. It's more of like an aero screen. And what do I mean by that? Well, the thing is, it is so flipping small that you can look around it. Now because of that, you do not need windscreen wipers. Very handy. Less electrics, less weight, so she can go faster. But to be honest, it's just cheaper. That was probably why Morgan did it at the time. So this windscreen comes in two halves, which I'll show you in a minute on the assembly bench. It is then mated with this bodywork with a rubber section, the old one of which is sort of rotted away. So I've had to find an alternative, which I have eventually. It took me a long time, but I got it. I think I got it from Woolies Trim. Those of you out there who know Woolies Trim, if you've ever done any classic car stuff. And then once the windscreen is on, the two halves, which are sort of pivoted in the middle with a little join, on here goes a rear view mirror. Now the rear view mirror, my dad always told me it was off of a Spitfire. Now I have suspicion that it is off a World War II aircraft of some kind. And the reason is my granddad used to work in ferries in Southampton, where indeed he worked on swordfish during World War II. So I'm sure this rearview mirror that somehow came to be on my dad's Morgan was handed down. But anyway, enough of my grandfather pilfering things. Let's go to the assembly bench and just see all the components are laid out in front of us. I can't believe I said that about Grandad. So in front of you here, what you can see are all the components for fitting the windscreen. If you notice, there is no sealant. This is just basically a rubber trim pushed against the bodywork. Now, the two main components are obviously the windscreen itself, which is in two halves. And here you can see the beautifully chromed brass extrusion that was used to make the frame. Now, interestingly, you can see where it's probably been brazed on the corners. And what I did is I made the decision not to get these re-chromed. All I did is polish them. And I put up there a little image of me doing the polishing. Because, again, I love leaving that bit of patina rather than something that is, like, perfect. Okay on the exhausts, I get it, because those exhausts were pretty brutally damaged, to be honest. All the chrome's flaking off. But here, these have this beautiful finish to them, and I'm going to leave them like that. Obviously fully laminated glass with the kite mark on. Dad obviously got those cut to size. And here we have two lovely brackets. Now these, I haven't re-chromed these, I've just polished them. What these do is they connect to these little uprights here, and then this bolts on to the bodywork, as simple as that. Now the rubber sort of extrusion that I spoke about earlier, or section, was this. Now this I got from Woolies, and what it does is this has got like this little T-piece at the top, and if I show you here, I don't know if you can see it, I'll zoom in, you can see here that there is a little channel, and this rubber feeds in that channel all the way along, and then this flap then just pushes against the bodywork to provide a watertight seal. Right, so we've covered off the two separate windscreens, but how they're joined together, and this is quite ingenious really, is this a little bit of, I don't know if it's chrome brass, I'm not sure, but what this does is this slots up a slot there. I'm not going to push it all the way because it gets a bit tight at the top. And the two windscreens, it's a bit, there you go. What they do is they slot all the way in, which then allows the two windscreens to go at a slight angle. It's ingenious. And what happens is these go up, and then this radii fits perfectly on the barrel back bodywork by using this rubber trim. It's so simple. It really is so simple. Then, of course, Dad has fabricated this lovely little bracket out of stainless steel, which then bolts onto this, which is this center section, and bolts to the bodywork just to make sure it is firmly in place. Now, up here at the top of this piece, we have this bracket that my dad has fabricated, and this bracket is for the rear view mirror, which is here. This is this infamous or famous or whatever rear view mirror that my dad believes is off an airplane of some sort. If it is, I don't know. It says made in Britain on the side of it, so I guess it has got some heritage, and the glass is slightly convex. Whether they use that on planes, I don't know. Maybe you can tell me. Put it in the comments. And of course, we have Union Jacks. Why not? My father was very patriotic. So these two little lovely, what are they? They're ceramic badges, aren't they? Will go on the side of the Morgan. Now these are actually sold by Mog Spares, so obviously a lot of people fit these. So that's it. It's as simple as that. So let's go over to the car and fit the windscreen. So now we have the center section in place. What we're going to do now is pop on this rubber section. Now this might look relatively simple to feed in, but the resistance increases as you push it. It wants to come out. Now, I'm not quite sure what to do here. I think I've got to cut that section down. So this, as you can see, it's a bit proud there, will go down. Let me do that. There we go. All done. Sorry, it's a bit off center. Sorry about that. So that's now all done. Now the next thing to do is put on these, or one of them at least, and then we'll go over to the car and get the screen on. So next, what we're going to do is pop on one of these pillars. Now, what do I do with that rubber? Do I just leave it a bit? No, it needs to be. Do I cut it like that? Well, right, now these are blind holes, they're threaded, but you've got to make sure these screws aren't too long, otherwise you're going to crack the glass. Now, windscreen. Looks good, doesn't it? Looks really, really good. And as you can imagine, you can poke your head out the side when you're driving if it's raining. And I've been in this when it's raining and hailing. It's pretty terrifying. But what we're going to do now is we're going to put on the rear view mirror. Yes, and another episode draws to a close, and boy oh boy, I would say in the next 3 weeks we'll be starting her for the first time. So until next time, as I always say, keep smiling and enjoy your spannering.